Hello everybody, my name is Aurélie Conges. I am a PhD student in the Industrial Engineering Center of IMT Minalbi, and today I am going to tell you a story. It is 8:30 on the 20th of October 2019, and a fire just started in the Albi metro station. It is rush hour. The metro users have to be evacuated. The perimeter must be closed to prevent civilians from entering the station. Of course, the fire has to be extinguished, and the casualty must be treated. This story never happened. There is no metro in Albi. However, it could have, in Paris or in any city with a metro. Critical sites, by which we mean sites in which an accident could endanger people's life, are legally obliged to conduct preparation and training exercises in order to be ready to face any type of crisis that might occur. Those exercises are very important. However, currently, they are not optimal. They are expensive and they offer little flexibility. They take time and resources and offer low realism. For instance, it is not possible to start a fire for each fireman we want to train. Mobilization of sites and actors is hard, which means that it is not done often. Thus, it is not possible to cover every possible scenario. Exercises often consist in sitting around a table and going through intervention plans, which is not the best way to retain information. To overcome these issues, the Exercice Research Project was launched in April 2019 in partnership with two French companies, Immersive Factory and Report One. The idea is to provide better tools to train and prepare for crisis management. In crisis management, the first step is to prevent the crisis from happening. In the same time, you have to prepare. Should the crisis occur, you have to be ready to deal with it. And when it occurs, you have the response phase, which is dealing with the crisis. And finally, you have the recovery phase, which is getting back to a stable situation, from which you can learn from your experience and get feedback. Exercice is focusing on the preparation phase, and more precisely, we want to train the people that are going to have to deal with the crisis, which means the witnesses, the on-site trained people, and finally, the official first responders. To do so, we want to develop a virtual reality platform dedicated to real-size exercises, and we are going to follow the following methodology. First, we need to build a digital twin of the site in which we want to train. Then, we need to define a scenario and to implement it in the digital twin. Trainees are going to enact the scenario in virtual reality. In the same time, we want to use the decision support system that we are developing in our lab, RioSuite, and connect it with the virtual environment. And from all of this, we want to get feedback and improve both the crisis management and the scenario in order to be best prepared. So the question is now, why did we choose to use virtual reality to improve crisis preparation? The first and most important aspect of virtual reality is the sense of presence it induces. Trainees will feel like they are really in the middle of the crisis, which will increase their involvement and thus help them learn. The second thing is that virtual reality allows the creation and implementation of multiple scenarios and to repeat them as often as needed. This means that trainees will be able to fail and try again as often as they need, with no further costs and without mobilizing the site. Even more, they will be able to try and fail without fearing the consequences, because they are in a safe virtual environment. And finally, besides its ability to copy reality, we also want to take advantage of virtual reality's ability to go beyond reality, for instance, for decision support. Now I'm going to present you the first use case that we implemented. We're in a metro station where a fire started. The perimeter must be closed, there are two casualties to be taken care of, and the fire must be extinguished. In this case, we want to train three actors, a fireman, a policeman, and a medical doctor. We link this scenario with our decision support system RioSuite. Each actor has a watch on which the task he has to perform appears. Those tasks are the result of the analysis of the crisis situation by RioSuite, which can then deduce the best process to solve the crisis. From the trainee's feedback, we get three directions of analysis. The first one is appropriation. Being able to repeat the scenario, trainees can get used to the situation and the way to deal with it. And besides, they don't risk anything, which means that they can try new things, see how it works without being afraid of failing. The exercises are virtual, which means that it is easy to implement new scenarios, new practices or elements in order to assimilate them. The second direction is demonstration. The idea is to use the virtual environment to try new techniques, new tools or new approach, and to see if they are relevant for the crisis management. And the last direction is interaction. In this first scenario, the three actors were evolving in the same environment. They could see each other, but that's it. In the next steps, we want to allow multiplayer communication and cooperation to implement actions needing more than just one actor to be done. So, of course, this use case is very simple. And in the next steps, we want to improve it. And to do so, the first thing we are going to do is work on a more complex scenario implemented in our school. To ensure better realism, we are working with the school security manager and with firefighters of Albi. The second thing we want to do is enable communication and cooperation between players in our virtual environment, which will also improve realism. Thirdly, we are working on a scenario editor. This is going to be used by a game master to create a scenario. The idea is to be able to choose the elements of the crisis and to place them on the digital twin of the site, along with the condition of the crisis. For example, is it raining, is it windy, is it day or night, and so on. The game master will then also be able to make the crisis evolve while the exercise is being conducted, which will help improve the agility of the trainees. As I said earlier, we want our digital environment to be a safe place to try new tools, new approaches or processes, as we did with Rio Suite in our use case. And finally, and this is what I am more precisely working on in my PhD, we want to implement a virtual reality version of our decision support tool in order to see how virtual reality can improve decision making and crisis management from the decision maker's point of view. Thank you for your attention.